What's up, everybody? This is your boy Flo.
I'm Q.
Yes, we want to welcome you back to the HOTC podcast. We appreciate everyone who's been listening, who's been watching. I'm seeing our community as a whole on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube is slowly growing. So I want to give you guys a big shout out. Appreciate it. Much love. Much love to you. Hope you guys are taking advantage of our sponsors and the codes that we're providing, because it's all because of you, and you guys get things in return. You get wallets, you get a great message with Habit 365. You get saved by Christ for people who believe what we believe in the Lord. So we just want to appreciate you guys for all that you do. It's because of you guys that we're growing, and we really do appreciate it. We feel like we're providing the light that God has called us to do, to spread happiness and joy, humor, laughter, education, unity of the family, strengthening the relationship. So thank you guys. So we're going to give you guys a light episode today. This is, I would like to say it's kind of like a venting episode. So we're gonna have some venting here, some release of emotions, so we can put it all on the table, work through it, come out of it stronger. So some of this stuff might be real time. Some of this stuff we've already talked about. So yeah, this is the, in the words of my cousin, Toby, this is the StOUUbborness of FLO, the stubbornness and all the problems and issues, and I'm not going to say issues, I'm going to say problems that arise because I am stubborn. So I'm going to start with one little example of stubbornness from my part, and I'm going to let you take it away. This is how stubborn I am. I am not a qualified individual when it comes to these mics, lighting, sound, editing. See, all of those things I'm not good at. Self-taught, figure it out, but still not proficient to where everything is smooth sailing. It sounds like you're A1 since day one. You have the high-tech equipment on your side. So I go to my bro DG, and I'm like, man, I can't figure out these mics. I mean, how can I increase the quality? Because the very first video we did was trash and it will never be seen. So it was terrible. So how can I do a better job with the sound, the quality, the HD, all of this? So he told me some things that I could do. So the video, all right, cool. Video quality enhanced a little. I learned that sometimes we upload with certain bandwidths and you don't get the HD quality. So it's not always my fault, it's the connectivity. So, okay, great. Microphones. What mics do you think I should get? These are the mics, man. It's easy. You just put it in there, plug and play. You ain't got to fool with it. All right, bro. Yes. Straight to Amazon. He told me this, and that. All right, let's find a higher quality one. Let's see if we can get that. All right, this one is a step above what he said. Order it right on the way. Let me tell you, 4 months of struggle trying to figure out how to get these 2 mics to record. I was out here, I ain't gonna say we. I was out here trying to get 2 mics to record on one feed via USB instead of plug and play, like y'all know, like Inquire mics. You just throw it up in there in the interface and you're good to go. Or you use the adapter to turn it into a USB so it reads the mics differently and not the same. These mics were reading the same. That's how stubborn I am. 4 months, $300. Ordered 4 mics because I knew I got higher quality and I knew what I was going to do was right. Was it last week or the week before? I don't know, but it was a while ago. We were over at the Clark's house, and it's like, try to tell you, don't understand. So shout out to Clark. Shout out to Clark. Shout out to Carl Clark. Appreciate you, my brother. He gave me a pretty good scapegoat. Yeah, because I should have done it the way that Darnell told me, but I did it the way I wanted to, and it still works. Yeah, a lot harder,
We'll
not
have a discussion
easier.
about that later.
But it's like, see, I knew it could happen. I knew what I was doing. No, I didn't.
There are some things that should not be encouraged. There are some things.
So because he's skilled also, he was able to figure it out and then teach me to where I don't have to spend money on different mics until, till we get there, when we get to that level. So yeah, stubborn.
You guys, he literally sent him the link of the mics from Amazon. Like, there was no guesswork. It was right there. No guesswork.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I took, I think it was like a 3-hour trip. Not, the trip wasn't 3 hours, but I took 3 hours out of a day to go and work with DG so he could try to figure it out with the mics and the MacBook, because somebody wanted to get higher level what they knew was gonna work when they had no experience at all.
Yeah.
Thank
I like
God.
the way these mics look too. I like them.
They look like mics.
The other ones look like, like, oh, I got a hook on the table and I can reach. You just look, I don't know. They just look like the front 2 legs of a daddy long legs. And so I just wanted something to look different.
So he wanted to look different because he is a unique individual.
One of a kind.
Truly, one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 months in. No. We haven't had these for 4 months.
Yeah, we have. Oh, no, that's a lie. It's been like 7 months.
7 months later.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, so I ordered these in like December or something.
We had them before then, didn't we?
I don't know.
We've had these for quite some time and just now are able to use them in the way in which they're supposed to be used.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not stubbornness, when someone gives you exactly what you need and you decide to do something else and then decide not to ask help from people who know, I'm just saying.
In the words of my dad, I'm just slow. So slow.
Anyways, so that was a really good example of your stubbornness.
Mm-hmm.
Small piece of it.
Yeah. So stubbornness comes with racehorse vision. I have the blinders on too, like, oh, I see it this way, we're gonna achieve it. Just think I could do 2 steps above what I've been advised on things I'm not a professional on. It can go selfish, it can go many different ways. We watched the Red Table Talk and I was over here sweating because it could reach to narcissism. I was just like, oh, Jesus.
It was funny because you know how they say a lot of times people will see something happen and they'll instantaneously get defensive and try to project it on you.
No, it's not.
We're watching the episode and they say something and I laugh. Has nothing to do.
No, it's not.
Not even thinking, just watching the episode, the way the lady, she made a face, it was funny, I laughed. What are you laughing for? Or what? You think that's me? I'm not even worried about you right now. What are you talking about? Yeah. Tunnel vision is, I think, the kindest way you can portray what it is that he suffers from.
Aggressively ambitious.
Again, these are all
A.
very nice ways to just You know, because it's one thing to have like tunnel vision. Like, I am focused on this particular goal. Tunnel vision. I see my goal. I'm headed towards the goal.
But I'm an extra multitasker too, all at the same time.
I'm not going to get distracted by other things because I'm going to reach my goal. So like, that's tunnel vision. Sometimes it's necessary. He doesn't have like the normal tunnel vision where he sees his goal and he's focused on his goal and he's not going to be distracted by things. It's like, I see my goal. I'm focused on my goal. To make sure nothing else gets in the way of this goal, I'm going to build a wall out of black granite so not even the light can shine in and distract me. That's the kind of tunnel vision he has. Yeah. So, what was it? Work stuff. And then, of course, all the things that's been happening in the world. And he was just so focused and so immersed that even though, you know, his physical presence was here, he was somewhere else almost all of the time. Just, I don't know.
With the exception that it is okay to get in your feelings due to, you know, we're in the mid of June, and you've had stuff that happened in like March, starting in March with the death of Breonna Taylor and everything. So with the exception of dealing with that emotionally, which I feel is acceptable, because, you know, there's people unfortunately have gone on. One of the gentlemen had half my name, so that kind of hit me hard, George Floyd.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and the crazy thing is, now that I think on it, I actually looked up people who had my name, and his name popped up like well before this has happened. Because I always wanted to know how many Floydels are there in the world.
2.
And so I was like, my name, I was like, wait, no, that's George Floyd. That's a last name. Okay, all right. And then come to find out now, it's literally the same person that I looked up, thanks to Google, because they save your searches and stuff.
Of course.
So I was just like, that's the same. So yeah, it hit me like, dang.
So it is understandable that life can weigh heavy on you and you can be found, you know, in your own space, in your own head. That is understandable. However, as an adult with children and work and a spouse, you cannot be stuck in your own head for a month.
It was not a month.
It was 3 weeks.
It was just 2 weeks.
No, because it was before my 2 weeks off from work. Yes, it was.
It was 2 weeks.
No.
It was 2 weeks.
It was worse during those 2 weeks, but it started before then.
That was tunnel vision and frustration.
Like I said, your tunnel vision is
I just mean
more
like,
intense than most people's.
Regardless, that was like an emotional black man, black people. Like I'm nobody on earth.
What color am I?
The 2 weeks before.
Mm-hmm.
What? There's been like 5 killings that like really hit the media. One of them was female. The other 4 are men. And majority of the time it is men. Not saying it doesn't happen to female. So it's just
right.
Like.
But you said black people. Do I not?
So 2 weeks before that is had everything to do with work.
Right.
I've always been someone who could.
Excuse me.
I guess you can call me a lazy, exceptional student. In the sense that I didn't have to put a whole bunch of work and work and studying and all of this stuff into it. I could still pass with just getting grasping the understanding, then logic carries the rest of the way. But because of this particular stuff that I'm going through, and it is not happening, caused frustration. that I have to do something again. And then I have to do it again because I'm not getting the score that I need to get. And so that's extremely frustrating. And so now it's just like, I have to not only pass the stuff that I need to pass, but now I have to reteach myself a new way of learning. And I've learned this way of learning for so long, and it works for me to where any other type of learning is just too much work. And so that was that.
Okay.
And then the emotional stuff.
So I understand that there was part A and part B, but A through B was all the same from the outside looking in.
Kiss girls.
On the outside, A through B was just you over there, and we're all trying to get your attention, but you're like, nothing, hear nothing, see nothing, nothing. So I get that there's a separation, and I understand that. But even with both sets, your life still can't stop because these things are happening. That's part of life. You have to deal with that which is happening while also living, which sometimes it's hard. I mean, trust me, I'm telling you, April, difficult. You know, sometimes it's hard, but you still have to continue to do those things.
Like our family fitness, we were going hard and then life hit, and we have not done the family fitness routine in forever.
Well, I mean,
it seems like.
And things have kind of changed too, because like the kids and I do it, but we don't record all the time, and then sometimes they're not doing it. So it's like hit or miss with that.
Well, there's no consistency, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
as
okay.
it was
Yeah,
before.
there's no
and it was
definitely
a collective
no consistency. Yeah.
So
but,
just like what you're saying with me, it's just I was doing bare minimum.
No.
Bare. Be quiet.
But minimum.
Go to bed. Brush your teeth. Make your lunch. I was doing bare minimum. And cooking on the weekend.
Twice when I reminded him.
Still got cooked.
But if I have to put forth the effort to remind you that you're supposed to be doing this, and although you're tired,
I decided to cut my finger. You want to come and help me? No, get up out of here. You have to remind me for that.
Before that, we were in here. We were in the room on opposite sides of the bed, and I had to tell you. You said
piss push.
Exactly. Like I said, if
I said something a year ago. You think I'm gonna remember and do it every weekend? What?
When I've been reminding him every weekend. So, if I have to put forth the effort to remind you that this is something you said that you were going to do.
That was poor time management on my part.
There's you know what? Stubbornness also includes constantly being able to come with an excuse to justify what it is you've done.
I'm
a great multitasker, but not really.
I'm highlighting and exemplifying my flaws. I was managing my time poorly.
Mm-hmm. By being stuck in his tunnel vision with black granite. And then, like I said, there's also the emotional component, which for the frustration from work, I offered, as a person who used to tutor, who used to teach study habits, I offered. No, just
moving along.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, stubbornness comes in a lot of different forms. So there was that. And then, what was the other thing we talked about? We talked about one thing. I can't think.
You talk about all things, so don't
No, I know,
ask
but
me for help.
I'm talking about on the subject of your stubbornness.
Like I said, we talk about all things, A through Z, so don't ask
Okay,
me.
well then suggest something, because
I don't know.
I'm out of blank.
There's so many.
Well, pick one.
Kiss grits.
Hey, you said there were so many. I never.
Yes, you always.
I never say there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
No, I list them until it may seem like there's so many.
Yeah.
But I never outright say there's so many things.
Yes. you can see how she just said that. She's had quite a bit of practice.
No.
That was exceptional.
It's maybe like there's so many things I'm asking that you do.
You're not asking anything I do. You named all the stuff I don't do.
Yeah, but I'm asking you to do those things before I start naming the things that you don't do.
But you can name all the things I don't do, aka Flordell, his stubbornness has led him not to do these things because he's so selfish and focused.
Oh, I know what it is. I don't want to, therefore you have to. That was what it was. I mean, obviously that's not like an actual saying that he says. He doesn't really say that. But that's what it ends up being. I don't want to, therefore you have to. And oddly enough, it's normally around picking something to eat. A lot of times.
Which makes no sense.
Because if I just say pick something.
No. The kids ask me. I say, as Mama Q. What does she say? If she says yes, we're right on with it. Why in the world would you...
Okay.
I want the kids to you. Y'all make the decision. I'm supporting. Why direct it towards I gotta make the final decision now? No, I've made the decision that y'all gonna make the decision. There is no throw it back on me because I'm not thinking about it. I could care less. There's something else on my mind.
Of all, that was the most recent. I'm talking about.
No, that's what I do in general.
No, because in general, the kids always come to me first asking for stuff. No.
That's not what we're talking about.
That is what we're talking about.
No.
You just said this is what you do generally. No. Most of the time, the kids come to me asking, what are we going to have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever it is.
We're talking about the specific scenario.
No.
Where kids ask you and you give it back to me.
No. You decided to talk about that specific scenario. That's not what I was talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's not what I was talking about.
Which translates to everything because I'm the same across the board.
No, because we will be, okay, we have to go pick something up because we didn't manage our time well. We didn't take anything out. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to get dinner made in a reasonable amount of time. We know this. I look at him. What do you want to eat? You choose. I just asked you. What do you want to eat?
Well, what did I say?
I don't care. You choose. Well, I don't care either. For those of you who know me, I am not the greatest person when it comes to an appetite and eating. So food is kind of like, you know. And for the most part, the things that I don't like, he doesn't like. So it's like we don't have a big like, well, if I suggest this, you're like, oh, no, I don't. That's not normally something we have a problem. No, except when he decides that we want Carl's Jr. 17 times in a row. That is the only time we have a problem.
That is falsery.
That's not falsery.
Because I'll be dropping canes. I don't want fried food.
No.
Fried food is not good for me. Which is 100% true.
You say you don't eat fried food.
I'm trying to stay away from bread. Order a salad then. I don't want a salad. What?
Well, first of all, they don't have a salad.
I'm going to order a burger anyway, and then I'm only going to eat the bottom bread, not the top bread. It's just like...
The one time, really?
No, you've done it a few times.
No, I've done it the one time. I've done it multiple times, but it was never an issue.
You don't have to say your actions speak. Your actions have words, okay?
Anyways, the point of this is I will ask, but he decides he doesn't want to think about it. He doesn't want to deal with it. Therefore, I have to. And it's not just food. It's with other stuff, like the laundry, like...
Don't even do
kids.
That. I be washing clothes with somebody.
And a lot of times it's me.
And this is where I go, ooh, Lord.
A lot of times. But yeah, it's like, just go to, yeah, come on, let's go. Like, no, I said you. No, but we're gonna go do it. Like, you.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
We're all in this together, except when he doesn't want to be, then I'm in it by myself.
And then I'll help fold the clothes.
The kids fold their own clothes.
Yeah, but my clothes.
Exactly.
I fold them.
He folds his clothes. I fold our clothes, and the kids fold their clothes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Except when we go to the desert.
Yeah, that's different.
Then
I fold them.
We fold
I
the
wash
clothes.
them.
No, we wash, we fold them, we put them in the basket.
Just because it was this last
They
time.
unfold them
Yeah.
for no reason, taking it out the
Fold them.
basket
Yeah.
and having to do more work.
I don't understand that.
And it's just, it's
No,
just crazy
but
stuff.
that is something I told, like, we can't keep doing this. I don't want to, therefore you have to.
The funny thing is the kids are like, well, mommy does everything. I was like, what? She doesn't do everything.
They did.
I do things. They looked at me like, what? I wash clothes. I do. I wash clothes, but mommy always washing clothes. I wash clothes too. With y'all. Or do I go help her and wash clothes? Mm-hmm. Am I going to wash clothes by myself? Nope. Not going to happen.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't want to, therefore you have to.
No, it's not a you, it's a we.
No, it's not a we. It's
I
a
go
me.
with the kids, or you're washing clothes and I go with you. Or I say we gotta wash clothes and you come with me.
No.
And we wash clothes.
Or you say we gotta wash clothes
Or
and I
I'm
wash them.
Or I'm not here and you wash them by yourself.
Because they need to get done
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to do it.
I'm at work. I can't
Oh, he's at work. Couldn't wait till after he got off work so we could do it because he's got stuff to do after
do it.
that.
For sure got stuff to do.
I don't want to, therefore you have to.
Mm-mm.
It's not okay.
You gotta cook during the week. I got the weekends.
What sense does that make, y'all?
But then I said take the meat out. And you took the meat out and I cooked it.
One time. The
Yeah.
other times it spoiled because he didn't even realize the meat
It didn't
was out.
spoil. It just went in the refrigerator. Don't even do that.
And then
There
what?
was one time it spoiled.
Okay.
And I did cook. And I fell asleep and left it out. And it made no sense that it spoiled the very next day.
It did.
That made no sense.
It made perfect sense. You
But
left
that
it
was
out.
what it should not spoil. We're not in the Sahara Desert.
No,
We're
but
not
we're
in
also.
the middle of the Mojave Desert.
But we're not
even-
refrigerated.
Even out in the India.
But this is not a refrigerator. The apartment is not set at refrigerator temperature.
It's set at a decent temperature.
But it's not refrigerated for food.
It spoiled. The chicken spoiled that one time. And she's trying to make it seem like it's a million times.
I set it out.
You didn't set it out?
Hush. I set out chicken.
Oh, okay.
I set out chicken.
I cooked it.
He cooked the chicken.
We ate it and smashed it.
The leftover chicken, which would have been my lunch because I had to go to work the next day, spoiled. Then I set out chicken. We eat a lot of chicken.
Because we don't eat beef.
Yeah. I set out chicken. The chicken went into the refrigerator and they went and got something to eat. So again, there was nothing for me to take for lunch to work
What are you
because
talking
you
about?
didn't
The
cook.
chicken didn't go in the refrigerator.
It did go.
We're talking about spoiled chicken, aren't we?
Yeah, I did that one. And there was 2 times where I set out chicken,
Oh, yeah.
one I set out ground turkey, and you put it in the refrigerator and
Yup.
y'all went and got something to eat.
Sure did.
There was no cooking.
We went
But
to
then
Carl's Jr. one time and Chick-fil-A the next.
But then he's like, well, if you would just set the meat out, I'll cook it. And I look at him like,
That was before. That
No.
wasn't after you already set it out. I ain't that dumb.
I did the ground turkey and it went in there and y'all got food. And then I did the chicken and you cooked it. And it spoiled. And I'm like, there's no point in me doing this. I just set the meat out. So I did it again. And then that was the chicken that you put in there. And then you guys went and got something else to eat. And I'm like, again,
Busy.
so why am I setting out chicken or any kind of meat and y'all just gonna go get something to eat? There is no point.
I plan on cooking, but Time flies when you have a lot to do after getting off from work.
But he's still up until 2 o'clock in the morning because he's texting me while I'm at work.
Rarely.
But you could have cooked.
You cook?
Yeah, you could have cooked. I know what I said and they know what I said too. You could have cooked and then I could have had something to eat at work.
I couldn't have.
Why? Because you didn't want to.
No, because tunnel vision. It does not allow you.
I don't want to, therefore you have to. And it's not okay. Stubbornness. I mean, very serious. I think there was one time we got into a disagreement about the food, and I'm like, so what? The kids just aren't gonna eat? And he looks at me like, you're just gonna let them go hungry?
I sure did. Oh, so you just not gonna feed them, huh? You're gonna go hungry?
I'm like,
okay.
There are 2 of us here.
Nope, there's only one during the week.
There are 2 of us here. And at this point in time, you had like finished your work stuff and you were relaxing. And
I don't even try that.
No, you weren't. And I think I was doing like Prince's hair or something.
Relaxing.
I'm sorry, but if you're on Facebook on one device and watching highlights for a game on another device, you are relaxing.
If I'm on Facebook, that means I'm posting something. So that's a part of my work.
And it takes time, and you set it down, and you go to the highlights at that point in time.
I don't set it down. Facebook is still going.
But you don't have anything to do because you can't mess with it because it has to do what it has to do.
No.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I've seen it.
I'll be posting articles. That's instantaneous.
Anyways. But yeah, I was like, what do you want to eat? I don't know. Figure out something. I'm like, well, I'm asking you. I'm like not even hungry, and I have to do the hair. Well, whatever you want. I'm like, well, I'm finishing hair, so it's whatever you put out. Well, I'm just gonna wait for you. I'm like, well, I'm not getting anything. I'm doing hair. And he looks at me straight face. You're just gonna let them go hungry? There was a whole person, a whole tall individual. Like, set something out. Start prepping. Do the sides. Like, let me just finish the hair. Yeah, I don't want to, therefore you have to. It's a work in progress. Work in progress.
No.
Yeah. And this whole multitasking thing.
I'm a
terrible multitasker.
I be doing
ridiculously bad.
I be doing my work. I be doing editing videos, posting videos, article reviews, all these things, budgets, all at the same time. Just exceptional. Recording podcasts, all that. Pretty good.
And then put something down, asks you a question, goes back to, and as you're answering the question, he'll say, huh? Wait, say it again. But then goes back to doing what he's doing, so you repeat everything that you just said. What'd you say?
Because she was breaking up, like over the phone, when the signal ain't good. It's like, wait, you gotta say that one more time. I didn't catch it.
But we're face to face.
All I heard was
in the apartment.
I heard an and an ed. But the and it don't sound right. So can you say it again for me?
5 times, because he's such a great multitasker.
I am. Exceptional. Great. It's like, oh no, I heard murder in my ear because of the music was on this side, but you were talking. So one more time again.
Sorry.
I couldn't hear
it. Yeah. Stubbornness. You know, sometimes all the time in hindsight, it can be funny. But in the moment, oh, how irritating and aggravating.
My best lines.
Stubbornness can be. Sometimes I just get exasperated. I just look at him like I don't even know what to say. I literally go like this and just walk away. Like there are no words. There are no words.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Get that yawn out.
It's okay. I yawned like 5 times already.
So what else is there?
I don't know. I think that's really it. I mean,
you sure?
I don't want to, therefore you have to. You're not the greatest multitasker, even though you're very sure you are.
Yeah, but my stubbornness Watch this, alliteration coming, SS. My stubbornness has led to sweaty eyes.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Why is that?
We just talked about it. I don't want to, therefore you have to. And I'm a person, like, I give chances. It's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you about this. Like, I don't really like it when this happens. And it would be nice if, you know, you could help me out with things. And, you know, remember you're supposed to be cooking on the weekends at least. And, you know, there are conversations.
And I don't like to be reminded of stuff I know I have to do.
Especially since he has the greatest memory in the world.
I do. Not.
But so forgetful at times, but doesn't want to be reminded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's a validation that I actually have a problem.
But you already know you have a problem because you will say, I forget.
Yeah, it's when you start coming at me and be like, I forgot, I don't remember.
Which is also very irritating because you forget everything that has nothing to do with numbers.
I have bad memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
When people are coming at me, yes, I use it because it is true and it's factual. But other than that, I have the greatest memory because I don't want to accept the fact that I actually have a memory problem.
Well, see, unless you can accept the fact that you have a memory problem, then you can't start working on making it better. You can't improve upon your memory. You just have to make connections in your brain, synaptic connections.
Well, I'm disconnected in the brain.
Okay, well, that's something we gotta work on. But yes.
And it leads to a deeper fear, like I'm gonna have Alzheimer's and forget. So.
All the more reason to work at it. Why do you think I have that little dot game on my phone?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's to help the brain make connections.
Mm.
All the phones I have on my... All the phones
All
I
the
have.
phones?
All the phones I have.
You got money on.
Yeah, all the games I have on my
15
phone
lines.
have a purpose. All of the games. The word search and the word puzzle, the dot game so that you can make connections, and strategic moves, they all have a purpose. It's not like Sudoku. None of them, although I don't really play that game all that much because it does have numbers, but it's there. Occasionally I go and play. But they all have a purpose. You gotta work at things. You gotta work at it. You do your push-ups to strengthen your arms. You got to do some puzzles to strengthen your brain.
Whatever. I just need to create good habits, habits every single day to work on my memory. I guess I should apply that because we're brand ambassadors of Habit 365, which is an everyday thing until it becomes the new normal. So obviously, if I want to eradicate what I fear in the future, I got to put in the consistent everyday practice. So being proud ambassadors of Habit 365, we want you guys to participate. There are different things that we want to achieve in life. And so this is what this clothing line is about, is to put visual perspective on your body, on your thighs, on your socks, wherever, hoodies. Every day you're reminded that what I need to do, what is it that I need to do to achieve my goal? This is what I have to do. I have to be consistent. I got to persevere. I got to push through every single day. I want to transform this body, right? I want to be above 203% or less in the body fat. That's where I want to be. But the only way I get there is to be consistent. I want to have a better memory. Memory might help decrease the hold stubbornness has over my life. So you want to, put in the perfect practice every single day. Right. So head over to habits365.com. Go ahead and use the promo code FW15. That's going to give you 15% off. Plus, if your order is above $40, you're going to get yourself some free shipping as well. So make sure you support. Proud to be brand ambassadors. Thanks to all the viewers, watchers, commenters, reactors, and sharers. This is why we have this brand. This is why we have
Which is why we are brand ambassadors for Habits 365.
There you go. So make sure you use that promo code
FW15.
There you go. Jeez. Mess it up with the advertise. Jesus. Man. I need the Lord to save me. We're going to head into another one. I need to be saved by the Lord, get this tongue-twisting devil about me so I know what it is I need to say and say it eloquently and clearly. See? Look at that. I just spoke about the Lord and I knew the words I needed to say as I'm saying them right now to you today. So Saved by Christ is another clothing line company, Christian-based, that we're proud brand ambassadors of. We want you to use the code, The Village, to get you 15% off. She has a wonderful shirt right here, which she says every single time I actually do something that she says she wants me to do. She screams, hallelujah. There is a God.
Followed by
somewhere.
thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
For hanging that head on the cross, because you could have kept it up and still could be hanging there today because you got all power. But thank you that he can come to you on his bending knee, not the bad one, but the good one, and ask for forgiveness to remove the stubborn spirit from his mind and his heart. Thank you, Lord. Let it be every day a habit, 365 days of the year. Amen. So yeah, Saved by Christ apparel, The Village is going to get you that 15% off.
Awesome. That was quite nice because that is actually very true.
I can read your mind. Professor
really
X over here.
Unfortunately, it does not go both ways, which
You got to work on it.
is another thing that I tell him. I am very sympathetic and I am quite empathetic, but I am not psychic. I need you to tell me what you're thinking. I need to know your expectations. I need to know the plan that you want me to follow, because you can't just be like, you didn't follow the plan, and I'm sitting here like, but I didn't know there was a plan because you didn't tell me about a plan. So it's like, I need you to share those things too.
I did while you were
Sometimes.
sleeping.
Doesn't count.
And you heard the whispers.
I did not.
It embedded itself in your
If I
brain.
did this, I was not hearing you. I thought there was a
Not
fly.
hearing me?
I thought
Well,
there
no
was
wonder I'm not seeing, heard, or valued.
Oh, please.
In the midnight hour, you ain't listening to me?
Exactly. I am
You have
sleeping.
the audacity to go to sleep while I'm talking.
Wake up in the middle of the night to talk to me, knowing I am knocked out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. You listening? Okay, you are listening. Okay, let me tell you the story.
Which is bad
The
because
plan for the day.
he's actually woken me up somewhat out of a sleep, and apparently we have had conversations. He's like,
Sure
I
have.
told you. And I'm like, no. He's like, you said this, and what he says, I said in my head. I'm like, oh, I probably did say that because that sounds like something I would
She
say.
finally confesses. You were listening.
But it's that in between sleep, so it doesn't really count. Like when I wake him up, I shake him.
It does count.
Make him lift up his head so I know he's awake.
It counts, just like in football. If the ball hits your hand as a receiver, you better catch it. It counts.
No.
You heard it needs to register.
It can't. I'm still asleep. My body is reacting. My brain is dormant.
Well, your body needs to say yes, and your mind needs to say yes.
I thought that was so funny. I think one time I was like, oh, I thought that was a dream.
Like, how's another dream? You were looking at me with your eyes open.
They were pretend open.
You painted your eyes open. Eyes were closed the whole time.
But yeah, so sorry, that was funny.
Jeez. Jeez.
But the stubbornness is real. It's a strong force to be reckoned with.
It reaches to the point where I don't feel like talking.
which irritates me so much.
Well, you know what? I'm done with this conversation.
And I've told him about that
I
too.
respect the way that you're feeling. You want something to stop. All right. What else do I have to say? Just stop doing it. All right. Conversation over. Next topic.
Yeah, and I know he's doing that.
What?
So it irritates me more. And I've talked to him about it because that, for me, that's a trigger from an old relationship. And I'm just like, I cannot have you shut down like that. Sometimes we're going to have to talk about things that are uncomfortable. And
It has nothing to do with uncomfortable. It has everything to do with you said what you said. I respect it. I'm going to internalize, apply. No conversations needed.
Okay, so we talked about how things become cyclical at times. There's a cycle. So you heard what I said and you respect it. You're going to take it in and apply it and make whatever changes or whatever you need to do, the adjustments. But then in 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 4 months, in any amount of months, we come back to the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You did not respect it, take it in,
Of course.
make the necessary adjustments, and apply. You didn't.
You see, what happens is when you're a human, right? When you're a human, you always fall short of the glory. Just like when we set New Year's resolutions, man, we on that thing. Then we fall off from being consistent. So you just need a little pick me up again to set you right back on the right path. You know, like a spirit, it'll move you back onto the path because you obviously fell off and lost your way momentarily.
Yeah.
So that moment in time needs to be forgiven.
Okay, so that's
Because I will get back on it.
That's good.
I just need a reminder.
That's really good.
Even though I don't like for you to remind me of things that I'm supposed to do. Okay?
That's
just
good.
need to remind me, whatever. Then I just get right back on.
So
it happens. So things are going to go
no.
in a circle. It's called the circle of life. Things, all things come back.
Okay. So
Around.
that was really good.
But just like in the circle, you go fast enough, some things
That was really good.
some things do get blown off. When you just go super, super fast with the tire, might have some dirt in there. And then by spinning it so fast, the tire gets clean because all the mud got knocked off. So that does happen, but you gotta get there. The momentum gotta be there before all that fall off. See?
No.
So it ain't fell off yet.
If you hush.
Because there are some other things that fell off. It's just now there's some other things that needs to fall off.
You done?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
So
the
don't
other
you
thing
start.
is- See what happened.
Cut it out. So that's good. He doesn't like to be reminded, but he does need those reminders. And I don't have a problem giving those reminders. The only thing is, the tears don't come until I get exasperated. And I am quite, I won't say patient, but I can tolerate a lot. So if we're at the end of the cycle where I have the tears and we have the big, huge discussion, and then he gets on the, what do they say, the good foot or whatever, he's had several reminders from the end of the first cycle to the end of the next cycle.
Not to me, because I don't remember.
Exactly, but I can't help that. I will tell him, like, hey, like, this and this is happening. Remember, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But then it continues. So it's like, reminders are not the key. You actually have to internalize, which means, if you have to etch it into your iPhone or your iPad, make a daily reminder on your iPhone and iPad of whatever it is, then do that, because you actually have to internalize those things so that we don't get to that point, so that you will remind yourself via technology and I will remind you verbally, and then we're both reminding you, and then you'll be able to continue to do what it is you said you're going to do, what it is that I would like
Which
you to
sparks
do.
change, right?
sparks?
That which sparks change.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes. So
Good.
I don't know if some people know this, but nope.
Hold that.
You had your 18 seconds.
No, this is
No.
good right here. Hold
No,
on.
this is better.
No, this is real good because this applies to
better.
the world. This applies to life. Hold that.
So does this.
So when you're saying that means something has to be prevalent. It has to be at the forefront of your mind and be consistent over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Constant reminders every single day. That's what sparks change.
Mm-hmm.
We as Black people need to have the same mentality. You do the same stuff in your relationships. Women be like, I done trained them up. I ain't finna do it. We need to train up the world, the society, to respect us as Black people, minorities, for who we actually are. Demand the rights that we are actually human, that we have the right to live, that the Constitution actually includes us, that we have equal pay, we have equality. There isn't a wealth gap, there isn't a pay gap between men, women, Black, white, all of these things. You have the right to protest the way you want to protest, as long as you're doing it peacefully. Should not be shunned from any sporting event or providing for your life in that way, Colin Kaepernick and others. So you just have to stay with it until there's actual change. There's no time to go to sleep. It's time to stay active until we actually see it written in law and then practice. So we got to stay with it. Just because they roll it in, that's fine. You can write things in the way you want to. When you're an experienced attorney or in that type of work, when it comes to writing legislation or tax codes, there are things called loopholes. So you got to stay on it consistently, just like you would in your relationship and in your marriage. It's an everyday thing.
See, what I was going to say would have been a great precursor to that.
Go ahead and say it.
But now it's afterwards.
No.
I'm just letting you know. Had you let me finish my thought,
that's okay.
it would have been a great
what we
precursor
can do
to what
is
you were
we can
saying.
do the rewind and then go.
Anyway, so like I was saying, I do forget her name, but there is an amazing, world-renowned neural scientist who studies the brain connections and all that great stuff. And she's also faith-based, which makes this even better. But she did different studies on brain connections, and it truly takes 3 weeks, 21 days to change one habit. So you can change 17 bad habits in a year. 17, I mean, that's quite a lot. But you have to focus on one thing at a time. So for 1 month, this habit. Next month, this month. Yeah.
Right.
So 17 bad habits in a year. And she says that those things, those bad habits, those bad thoughts that people tend to have, so if you have any type of insecurities, this will also help for that. They look like a black hole in your, like when they map your brain, it looks like a black hole. And as you do the work to reconstruct that thought process, you just end up with so many more connections. So many more connections, which helps with memory. So it all works together. It all works together.
To the glory of God.
Yes.
You can kiss grapes. Get on my nerves.
But there's science behind it. Pictures that you can see. It's tried and true. She did a program with a young lady who, if I'm not mistaken, was unable to move. She was like paralyzed. And so she was helping her change her thought process. And by the time the girl was of, high school graduating age, so like 17, 18, she was able to move her limbs, walked across the stage, and graduated. I mean, like, obviously that was a longer time period, there was a lot of progress, but it is possible. And she took,
mind is very powerful.
Yeah, she took the Bible approach of the renewing of your mind. It's something that you're supposed to do daily, every single day. So daily reminders about things. What do they call them? Sticky notes, Post-its.
So is someone reminding her, or is she reminding herself?
What do you mean?
She reminded herself that she has to do these things daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, be quiet. I don't need you.
No,
Don't remind me of nothing.
No, because she didn't let me finish. She reminds herself, but then she also has her support system, her family, and then the doctor.
You can kiss grits.
Hey! I don't care about kissing grits. Just let's get these habits fixed.
You don't like this.
That's okay. Get over it.
Whatever.
Daily reminders. Changing bad habits into good habits. Reminding yourself. Getting rid of stubbornness. Was it that we've been learning about faith without works? Something like that? Yeah, faith without works, right? I'm asking you.
I've never heard of it. This is
I have
foreign
the
concept.
I pray. Trust me, I pray.
I'm speaking
Pray.
Mandarin.
I pray. And I have the faith that it's going to happen, but there's still work that needs to be done on our part. So I have the faith that this change is going to come. And I know
Like the songwriter say, we shall overcome
that the work will
Someday.
be done.
someday.
Someday, soon in the near future. Lord, please.
But yeah, if you have people dealing with stubbornness, I think you have to have the conversations. You have to open your mind and your ears to it, because it is so easy for stubbornness to slip into selfishness, and selfishness ultimately would change your personality and your mentality to where you could be stuck in narcissism. And we don't, that ain't gonna happen to me, tell you that right now.
So,
Nope.
I don't have my phone, but good friend gave me the line that basically it's surmised.
Over the river?
Yeah.
Over the river?
They surmise that progress does not come through comfort. So it may be uncomfortable, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's how things change.
You gotta process things in order for there to be progress.
So, diamonds are made with compression. They get
Yeah.
squeezed, lots of pressure. So
With heat and pressure.
progress doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm so sure I can look at his face and tell that we're up for some great days ahead. Progress is going to be made. Yeah.
She's enjoying her own personal civil rights movement in our marriage.
Yeah.
She's enjoying her My Wife Life Matters right here in our marriage.
My wife life matters, QE 2.0. All of it.
No, this is not 2.0. This is 3.0.
Whatever, 3.0, it works.
We had to, yeah.
What? 2.0 is when I saw the light.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh,
If you want to go like that, no, that's didn't see, then best friend benefits, then engagement, then marriage. That's 5.
oh, hey. Progress. And it was uncomfortable at times, and there was a lot of things that I had to process.
So if you
But
think about
progress
it,
was made.
we've known each other for 20 years,
Mhm.
and there's 5 different yous. So you got to prepare for yourself for 4 years. There'll be a graduation every 4 years.
No. I believe
If
that
I can exude the patience, so can you.
God hasn't blessed me with that yet. We're working on it. We're working on it. But I believe that because
But
you
your
are
mama said she stole all the patience.
I stole all her patience, and then it was taken.
It was not taken.
Yes, I was robbed of all my patience, and I'm
Oh, my
sorry.
Lord.
That first relationship just took it all. So I'm regaining. But because you're such an exemplary student, so scholarly, You have the ability to just pick things up so quickly. I know that it's not going to take 4 years. It's not going to take 4 years. You're going to move swiftly through this program because I know that because that's what I prayed.
What?
So,
There's
thank
a
you,
curriculum?
Jesus. Mhm.
What?
Yes, I told you one thing a month. There's a program. We're going to put it in place. We're going to apply the steps. And God is answering my prayers
Jesus,
already.
pray for me during this 21-day reoccurring fast. Jesus. Give me the strength.
You'll be fine.
The strength and endure.
Just think of the reward after everything is done. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm sure the reward would be great. It's a happy, everlasting, forever marriage.
There you go.
Drops down to the next domino effect of the kids seeing that, and so they make sure they exemplify it in their life and to their kids, our grandchildren,
See?
and all of those. The domino effect is going to be extremely beautiful.
The work we put in now.
Passing on generational relationship advice.
That's part of generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of those things you really want to protect and keep them near and dear to you. Make sure they're founded firmly, solidly in morals and ethics. For us, they will be, Christian based. For others, it might be something else, but morals and ethics, good morals and ethics are good morals and ethics. There's no bend there. So you want to make sure you're founded in that.
Excuse me?
And
Yes.
you want to protect it as best as you can. Just like I protect my money with jet lag. I'm telling you guys, you have to get on this.
Our money with jet lag.
My money, because it's got my name on this card, but she does have the same card with her name on it.
Our money.
But from a robber standpoint, this is my money, and he taking me. You think he getting me. But yeah. So you want to make sure this thing is pretty sturdy. It's cool. It holds about 6 to 7 different ones. With mine, it only carries 6 because I have I have thicker metallic cards in here, so it only holds 6. But yeah, it can hold up to 7. And that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars right here in this wallet that's secure. It's solid, it's protected, doesn't allow you to have cash. I would suggest you only typically want to put your debit cards and credit cards in here because the hassle of going to the DMV is ridiculous. It's annoying. It takes forever for that new ID. Never put your social security card in here. Just debit and credit. You lose it, you can cut it up via phone or via your app, and they'll send you a brand new one. So you don't have to worry about that. A lot of cards come with protection anyway. So as a fraudulent charge, it's unauthorized, will credit the money back. So yeah, make sure you get yourself on some jet lag. I mean, it's really living the high life. It really is.
Are you making a joke because it's jet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a jet. You
Okay,
they're living that high life, man. That means you got money. You might want to protect that money, protect those cards. You want to be lagging around with some trash wallet with your cards falling out, little leather wallets and stuff, big old thick things. No, condense that wallet to what it is that you need to have in there, and you can, walk around with some style. You flip that thing up. Which one I want to use today? It's like a little Rolodex. I'm feeling black. Am I feeling, platinum? Am I feeling Apple Card today? Sapphire, Unlimited, Southwest, Amex, Black, Starbucks credit card. You got all these different options. You just flip. Where you get that from? How you? Man, just head over to jetlag.com, jetlaggo.com, and use Floydell's promo code. That's how he'll make sure you get 15% off. So that's Floydell_15 for 15% off. That's
jetlaggo.com.
And use the promo code
Floydell_15.
There you go. Get you 15% off plus the free shipping for all of the people in the US. And the cool thing about it is, the very, very exceptional thing about it is, because we always said that we want to go all black everything, right? We want to go all black everything. You want to keep that black dollar circulating and invite others into the circulation so we can grow and make sure we have some positive change in our community. And of course, black people, we embrace. So we make sure other communities are involved in this as well. Got our Hispanic brothers and sisters, our Asian brothers and sisters, our Native American brothers and sisters. We all rising up together into a majority, right? So the cool thing about this company, it is black owned.
Oh, nice.
So yes, it is black owned. So let's support our brothers and our sisters. Let's do this thing. One step at a time. I'm gonna redirect some things. So yeah, head over to jetled.com, black owned company. We love what it is that they're doing. We're just proud to be a brand ambassador. It's pretty cool. It's awesome.
Jetlag Go. Jetlaggo.com.
Yes. Yeah, don't waste no time. Jetlag, get over there with the go.com. Give you the go for the perfect wallet that's on the go. Anything else you want to share about my stubbornness?
All things aside.
Put things aside?
I said all things aside.
Okay, you're not putting anything in the box to the left, are you? Because I ain't going nowhere.
No. I was like, what?
Make sure.
No. Even with the stubbornness, when you are here, you're amazing. And I appreciate that. I just want you to be here all of the time.
I mean, I can get up to like 20 hours. 20 hours out of each day. 4 hours is me typically in the bathroom per day. So I mean, I can't, I gotta have the 4 hours in the bathroom / the couch, but the other 20, I can give you that. So that's around like 80.
Okay, I guess I can accept 20 of the 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
I mean, consistently.
Every other day is good.
No, that's not
one step at a time.
So no, just really. I mean, there are things, any kind of relationship, there's something. People are continuously evolving and growing and becoming renewed every day. So there are things, and you just have to make sure that, you do as this podcast is called, HOTC, honest, open, transparent communication. And that's what's going to keep your relationship going.
Yes. And about all things, even the deepest, darkest secrets, like, dang, that girl fine. You just got to let your wife know that, dang, ain't that girl good looking?
Yeah, just don't be surprised if you get smacked too.
Just
that's all.
Be like, oh, why you got no pecs over there like Will Smith? What? I ain't got no pecs. She got pecs right there. It's jumping. It's just motivation for each other, Just whatever it is, It doesn't really matter. She's going to accept you for who you are because the Lord made her just for you. She already knows or is equipped to handle or whatever it is you're afraid to say. So just go ahead and say it. Be vulnerable in your communication. Make sure it stands on being honest, open. So yeah.
That's it.
And trust each other.